Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm your host, Connor Overbay, and this is the co-host, Shannon Overbay.
Hello.
Welcome back to another week. This is episode 153 of the Who Are You podcast. So if this is your first time checking us out, we have a bunch more content for you guys to go check out on all of our social media pages, YouTube, all over the place. Make sure you guys give us a follow on all the social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Unfortunately, I have a new phone now, so I don't have TikTok anymore. And also the YouTube channel as well. Make sure you guys are subscribing, liking, commenting on there. Helps the show get seen by more people. Helps us get more fun guests that we can have on here on a weekly basis. It's going to be Who Are You podcast. And like I said, subscribe. We're always happy to have more listeners, more watchers checking us out.
Yes, and we always do interactive questions and stuff, so give us a follow.
That's right. We always like our comments and everything. Anytime someone comments on the pod, you guys are talking to me or her. It's one of us checking it out. So make sure you guys are looking on there. But we're sitting here. It is Valentine's Day weekend.
It is.
I would say we're sitting here for a Sunday. You know, we weren't able to celebrate on Friday, unfortunately. My work schedule is crazy. Working late nights a lot more now, so
I don't think work should fall on Valentine's Day.
I don't think it should either, but
it should be a national holiday. Everyone gets off.
Yeah, but you know, companies unfortunately aren't too keen on that.
That is true.
But we're actually trying something new today. We're going to have some fun. We're still going to be doing our top threes, our would you rathers, and a little bit of trivia and stuff. But today I was sitting here thinking, I was like, let's add a little wrinkle into the podcast. Try something new out that we haven't done yet so far. And that's like a little bit of a history background of Valentine's Day. I've heard some stuff, had some kind of idea about Valentine's Day, but looking into it a little bit more, there's a very interesting history in it. I think it's cool.
There's different versions, that's for sure. But as far as, step away from kind of mythological and get actual, like, possible history. Yeah. I'm not saying mythological isn't like a thing.
Well, no, you're fine, but there's like mythological, there's pagan, there's also like on the religious, like Christian side of things. You know, there's a lot of history in it. And then as well, I turned 26 this week. Yes. I am officially 26.
Getting older.
It's crazy to think. We had touched on it a little bit last week, but yeah, your boy is 26. You guys have gotten to see me grow up from 23? So going on 3 years of being on the pod, doing the podcast and everything. I'm sure I'm looking older now.
Actually, you have a lot of facial hair.
I do have facial hair.
When we first started.
It is kind of crazy to see, to be honest with you. Like now I look at myself in the mirror and like my mustache grows. I got the little stuff on the side now. Shannon absolutely hates it, but I love it.
It's so scratchy.
Yeah, but then I trim it and she's like, it's pokey.
Well, you need to just keep up with the trimming. We just need to do that laser hair removal.
I'm not doing that. I like my facial hair. I wish it would grow a little bit more, like right here and stuff. So for whoever has beards, I've had a beard since I was 15. Fuck you. I'm still growing it. Still trying to.
Oh man.
Well, there's just some people.
I like a smooth face.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry to hear that. But we had a fun time. Since I worked, like I said, work week was busy and crazy all week. So we kind of are just doing more of our celebrating right now on Saturday. Yeah. Shout out to the boys. I went out golfing with Nolan, TJ, and Cam. Everybody besides TJ has been on the podcast, and you guys have seen them a couple times.
And it was actually a really nice day.
Your boy was out there hitting some fucking balls. It was fucking sweet. I was hype. On the front nine, I'm a terrible golf player. To be 100% honest with all you guys, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I'm shooting 70s consistent. No, nowhere even close to that. I'm usually in the 115 to I would say more 120 range, to be 100% honest with you. I'm dog shit at golf. Terrible at it. But never had lessons. Everything I've learned is from doing it on my own or watching YouTube channels or, a couple of my buddies who've been playing for years have given me tips and stuff. On the front nine, I shot a 54. So if I would have continued that, I could have like broken a record for myself and got like broken 110. I don't think I've ever broken 110. Unfortunately, the back nine, that didn't happen. I had a couple blow up holes, a couple, 8s and 9s on there. That hurt. But your boy shot a 114. That's one of the lowest.
You got really close.
It's one of the lowest I've had in a while, to be honest with you. The last time I went golfing before this most recent time, I shot a 124. So I took 10 strokes off. That's the way I look. That's the way I look at it. And like, me and the boys, we all keep our scores like 100%. We're not doing anything weird. And your boy was hitting some good balls yesterday.
Very nice. Have we ever gone together where we've kept score of separate scores? I feel like every time we go, we do the...
We always do scramble.
Scramble, yeah.
Just because you're like...
I'm terrible.
Well, it's not bad. It's just more you're new to golf. You haven't even played a year.
Well, yeah, and then I had a couple months off because of all the other stuff.
You had your car injuries and the car accident injuries and all that stuff. So stuff happens, but I'm just starting you off light because also we have to keep pace of play and everything like that as well. That is part of it. But I think we always have fun. We do scrambles because we'll usually go out with like TJ and Jamie, his girlfriend, and go have fun. And it's just a good vibe. That's the way I like
going out, and I obviously drive the golf cart most of the time.
Yes.
Connor does have to take over sometimes just because he feels he has to have some power, I guess. But
yeah, it's a power thing. It's not because we have people who are waiting behind us for 10 minutes. I'm like, let's go.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am usually
and you're also
immediately back in the golf cart after I hit.
And you're also almost a little too short to even drive a golf cart. You have a hard time putting your foot all the way down. I have noticed that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's like, how dare you bring that up?
How dare you? Whatever. But yes, I like to drive the golf cart, and I do want to go back out there. But one of these days, I'll keep track of my actual score.
We'll get her out there.
Maybe we'll disclose it on the podcast. We'll see.
It'll be fun. And Shannon plays from the girl tees. You know what I mean? It's not like we're making her hit from where we hit, and we don't hit from the tips. We usually hit on the course, most likely the whites. So pretty much like about last one before you're on the tips. None of us are hitting 300-yard drives, none of that. But me and the boys were hitting the ball good yesterday. It was a good old time. Shout out to Cam. Cam was out there injured, man. He's in the flag football league.
Oh man!
And he went up, I guess, to catch a ball or something like that, and some dude just cracked him like straight in the ribs. So he's dealing with a rib injury right now, and he was still out there swinging that thing really well.
He's a go guy.
Cam likes doing stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point now where I understand myself. Like athletically, I am not in my prime in any way, shape, or form.
No, we're past that?
No, it's just like even now, I haven't gone to the gym in a minute. I need to get back into it and still stay physical. What I do for a job is physical.
Yeah,
but I'm
you
not
work long hours too.
Yeah, but I'm not like physically like sprinting or like like that activity is more what I'm talking about, like lifting stuff up, doing all that kind of stuff. Shannon's pointed out a very gnarly bruise on me earlier this week too. It looks like someone hit me with a baseball bat.
More than one.
Well, the worst one's on my back, and I didn't even notice it. I'm like,
every time he comes home, I'm like, what is this from? And he's like, oh, didn't even know it was there. Like, oh, cool.
maybe I'm just one of those people like pain is different for me, I guess.
Yeah, maybe because you have ones on your legs that I pointed out. You're like, huh. When did that get there?
Yeah, I have scratches on my hands and stuff. And for what we're talking about with my job, I do HVAC. So I'm officially like out on my own now. I have my own van and, doing my thing. So that's a big thing as well. So they finally trust me to go out there and do things. I did have a couple scary moments this week at work. There was one where I thought basically like we were just checking stuff out and the system wasn't coming back on. So they called us back out after we had left. And we got it fixed and taken care of and stuff. But I thought I was like, oh my God, did I blow something up? Did I do something wrong? I was sitting there like, oh shit. Did I do something wrong? Is this system never going to turn back on? We're going to have to get him a whole new one for free and blah, blah, blah. So, but luckily, have a coworker, shout Rob. Rob came out and helped me, and he's like, oh dude, it's this, this, and this. And he's like, you're fine. I was like, oh, thank God. And it was like, it was like a 20-minute fix kind of thing, even though it was taking me hours to figure it out. But
sometimes you just need ask someone that has a little more experience. And
I'm just new, that's the thing. I haven't been in this for 15, 20 years. Still doesn't not make it not stressful. I'm also my worst critic. I'm like, if I feel like I did something wrong or if I'm not figuring something out, I feel stupid. And I'm like, why am I not getting this taken care of? I should know this, blah, 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 blah. And then, but that's nice where some coworkers are willing to take that extra step and come help me out and everything.
Yeah. That is very true. You got to have good coworkers. Mm-hmm. And I mean, even with my job, everyone helps each other out. It's, if someone's busy, we all take turns at the phones, things like that. But I know yours is a lot more physically and it's mentally demanding.
Trade style is also a little different. We don't have office decorum.
No,
we're all we're guys. Dudes being dudes kind of thing, There's every kind of person that works in this trade. We have people who are from even different countries that work with us, like Guatemala, Colombia.
I have people from different countries working with me.
Do you have people who are from Russia?
No.
Do
you have people from Brazil?
Yes.
Well.
Multiple, actually.
But Venezuela?
Yes.
It's probably all the same.
Not trying to be funny. We do have a lot of like the Hispanic community working with us. Like there's guys in there and, you know, from like all over the place. And like I was saying, we literally have 2 guys that are partners that work with each other. One's Russian and one's Ukrainian.
That's crazy.
And they're like, they're friends. Like they're like they're the homies. They talk to each other. They'll be speaking in like either Ukrainian or Russian, or if they speak the similar language.
Crazy. So are they in the HVAC part?
Mm-hmm. They do they do installation.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is it 2 of them, but you are by yourself?
That's installation. Yeah. And like, I'm not usually by myself, but you know, there's other parts of the job and people and stuff like that.
That is true.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. I got shocked a couple times this week. That was not fun. That hurt, but I was okay. Low voltage. It just felt like if to give you guys an idea of what it feels like if you guys remember when you were kids, some kids would be funny, think they were funny, and have the fake pack of gum, and when you would pull it, it would go, and it would like shock you, or the little shocky pin things had those. You know, it feels like that. So I was like, ah,
yeah, crazy. I don't like it.
I'm okay. I'm alive as long as I don't get hit by the 240.
Yeah,
the 240 would be the issue.
Let's not talk about you getting electrocuted. We need to get you some gloves, get you some knee pads, get you some light hat.
Yeah, right.
These different.
We're making a Home Depot run after this episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get me some more supplies that I need.
Crazy.
But it's been fun. So, but it was a good birthday weekend. Shout out to everybody who said happy birthday to me.
Amazing food yesterday.
Amazing food. Shout out to you guys have heard me say this place 1,000 times. Flying Iguana. Always good.
If anyone,
service was slow last night. I will give them that. It was very slow last night.
Well, apparently it was the bartender, but
yeah, it happens.
It is what it is.
I'm not trying to hate on restaurants. It just was slow. It was It was Saturday night.
We understand
it was Saturday
things
night.
Get busy, but it was And
we had 9-10 people too with us. So not being those people, I still had a great time. Great food. You know, all that kind of stuff. Like nothing.
They need to bring back the certain taco though.
The DJ Loman?
Yes. I don't know if anyone is from Jacksonville and like grew up here going to Flying Iguana. You probably have heard, unless you didn't know about the secret menu. But they used to have this taco called the DJ Loman.
But this was pre-COVID as well though.
Yeah, but I don't know what that really has to do with.
Things changed, you know? Just a lot of stuff changed. Even restaurants changed.
Well, yes, they did. But this got taken away, I think, before COVID.
No, it was COVID time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So there was this taco. It had French fries, queso, a sunny side up egg. What else? Steak.
It was French fries, steak, sunny side up egg, and then like a sauce on top of it. It was super good.
So good.
And like I can eat, like last night I ate 4 tacos, and they're usually pretty thick tacos. I will give them that. You can only eat 2 of the DJ Lomans because it was just so like rich.
It was very rich.
It's just like with the egg
all the
yolk,
queso and eggs. Exactly.
Yeah, but it was so good. That was some solid stuff.
I love the food. It's great.
I love the tradition of going there every year. Even though we waited a while, we waited a good hour and a half, but we went to the bar next door, had a couple drinks. We were all shooting the shit, having fun and everything. So I can't complain. I had a great time.
Great night. Yep.
And mom made a fresh cake for me too.
Yep, yellow cake.
Yep. I'm an easy guy. Like whenever a couple years back, like I asked my mom one time to make a German chocolate cake, and she did, like from scratch. It was delicious. Shannon's not a big fan of coconut. I like coconut stuff, so that's my vibe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I've been on.
I like coconut rum.
Yeah, but I've been on a kick recently though. Like the yellow cake, like from when I was a kid, like even the box yellow cake with the chocolate frosting is so good. Mom made it from scratch, super super good. So shout out Madre, that stuff was delicioso.
She always makes me a chocolate cheesecake from scratch.
Very true.
Love it.
Yeah, it was a good birthday weekend. I enjoyed it. And shout out to everybody that said happy birthday to me. I appreciate the happy birthday wishes. Always happy to have people reach out and everything. But your boy is 26. I'm officially closer to 30 than I am 20.
It's crazy.
It's sad to say. It's hit me hard a little bit. I'm like, damn. I'm 4 years away from being 30. That's crazy to think about.
And you just, every time you talk about age, you're like, yeah, but you'll always be older.
Yeah.
So you're over here, man, I'm 3 years away from 30, or 4.
You're 3 years away from 30. Not me.
It's coming up. It is. But
I think it's a cool thing.
We still got plenty of time.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. We're growing up. We're doing things. I'm getting all my own insurances now, which is gross.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, but it's good things. You know, we're growing up. We're getting older. Stuff's cool right now. You know, work is work, but
work is work.
it's going into a new field and working a lot different hours than what I'm normal, but I think it's going good. You know, we're still enjoying the podcast and stuff, and I'm sure you guys have seen that we haven't had guests on in a couple weeks, but we're just making things work with what we can with schedules and stuff. We still want to make sure we stay to the weekly episode no matter what, and that's why we're trying something different.
Exactly.
And I think we transition into that now.
Yeah, let's start incorporating the new...
So I'm going to give you guys some Valentine's Day history, right? So we're going to have some fun here. So I was looking some things up. Like, I've heard of St. Valentine, and then we've always all heard of Cupid and what he is and all that kind of stuff. So some fun history on it. So the beginning, and this is to be believed to start in the Roman times. From what I was reading, it says it's believed to be originated from the Roman festival called Lu Percilia, which celebrated fertility. So in the Roman times, you know, they believed in all kinds of gods, right? They had the multiple different gods like Thor or Zeus. So I think Zeus was like the main god of like lightning and like thunder
Zeus
and everything,
like,
right?
Yeah, the big guy. And then there's all the, you know, Aphrodite and things like that. But.
Yeah, so it happened around then. But that's when they believed it happened, and there's a little bit more of the history that goes into that side of things. It was also later Christianized, so the Catholic Church took it over to honor the martyr of the name of Saint Valentine, who was executed on February 14th and killed by the Roman Emperor Claudius II.
You know, and I actually... The second... I read something that there was two martyrs.
That's what I was hearing, too. Like, I heard
Valentine,
there was
that
two.
were both.
Yeah, there was two.
The name that I read said the first, so maybe
it's
hard to tell with getting stuff from websites rather than, you know, actual historical.
I looked into like 3 or 4 different websites. I was reading through different things and made sure whatever was kind of lining up was like more of a basic history of this.
But isn't that crazy? Like a day of death, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's as we get more into the history of where the love comes in. Like Cupid is kind of seen as the love, you know, symbol for Valentine's Day, right? And, you know, he shoots arrows and like makes you fall in love.
He's the mascot.
Yeah, but he's the son of, he's the son of Venus, the god of love.
Yes.
And that's where he later became, and the story goes, is he would shoot his love arrows at you and you guys would automatically fall in love.
Right.
So as the story goes, it's kind of how and why he became a symbol, even symbol that we still use today. Like Cupid is still a thing for the history of Valentine's Day.
Although I'm sure the god wasn't a baby dressed in a diaper.
Well, I think that's why they go towards that way of things, just because he's a child, and you know, this is basically Valentine's Day is really for fertility and all that. But
that makes sense.
But so the legend of Saint Valentine, I guess the one that we're going to go with here, which is whichever, if it was the first one or the second one, legend of Saint Valentine was that he was a priest who defied the Roman emperor for secretly marrying couples, and it was like couples that were actually in the Roman army, so like actual soldiers, and doing it in secret, because I don't think soldiers were allowed to get married because like the Spartans and all them, they knew like death was a thing. Yeah. So I think that's, I don't know if like too much about that history, but apparently it defied him, the king or the emperor of that time. Yeah. And
it was just the law they had, and so they were breaking the law.
He was breaking the law multiple times, and
wow.
So,
all for love.
So there's a little bit of a creepy part of this story. It gets a little, obviously this is back then, and you know, times have changed as history has gone on. So you know how like letters and everything became a thing, right? You would send a letter to your love, and you know, you would even now in today's world we use cards to send. So with Saint Valentine wrote letters to as the website quote unquote said, young girl that he tutored. He would send. St. Valentine wrote letters to a young girl he tutored while he was imprisoned for his crimes. And you know how a lot of people say from your Valentine, you know, say if I said it to you, you know, I would say like Bigfoot, you know, Littlefoot, that's our cutesy stuff that we do. But he would always end his letters with saying from your Valentine. And that's where that came from.
Interesting. I like that.
You learn,
well, I mean, I don't like
it's
it.
It's a little creepy. I didn't see the age. Maybe he was just older and she was like 20s or something like that.
Right.
But what I'm guessing is from those times they did, you know, weird stuff like back then.
Yeah,
kids
I mean,
and
people
stuff.
got married young anyway, and there's things happen, but
I have a feeling it was a little bit more of a creepy side. I don't know why. It's just as I read that, I was like, ooh.
But the signing of the card is...
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, right?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Your Valentine, you know. So I thought that was cute there. And then it says later, as it became as like another reason why kind of like the association of love came into it, through writers and literary influences like poets like Geoffrey, I think his name is Chaucer's, Chaucers, and even Shakespeare wrote things on this time, and apparently they would write poems, and funny enough, it was about birds. I think it was like waterfowl or something. Their mating season starts on the 14th of February.
Interesting. And actually bringing up birds, I saw something that said, like, people, it was like a legend or a myth that women, whenever it was Valentine's Day, the first bird you saw would symbolize the man like you would marry in the future.
Interesting.
So like a crow would be like a poor man, an owl would mean you're not getting married. Like different birds meant different like
signs of what it was.
Whether you have a long peaceful marriage, things like that.
That's interesting. Yeah, because like, people like superstitions were very big. Even in today's world still are. Some people are very superstitious, but
it's like the doves, I think. So
dove means like, doesn't it, because doves aren't those usually released at a wedding?
Yeah,
right, because it's like marriage or togetherness or something.
I think it's a certain type of dove that is meant for that, but yes, they're like our love doves.
Yeah, like they're like pure white, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I think that was like, if you see a flock of doves, that meant like a peaceful, strong marriage or something.
Do you know what a flock of ravens are called?
A murder.
Yeah, I was just thinking of Edgar Allan Poe from his like the Raven. But no, I thought that was interesting how like that association, because like it was fertility. And now it's more not just fertility, it's like love.
Yeah.
But to go on to that fertility side of things, so there's the pagan holiday side of things, right? So, which is that holiday that I said here. Sorry, let me look at my notes. Lupercalia is the pagan festival. So, like with the Romans and everything. So, for the pagan ritual, where that's what the name of it was called, was Lupercalia, priests would run through the street naked with the what is it called, with the so the hides of a sacrificial animal, and it would usually have the blood of the sacrificial animal on it, and they would lightly come by women and like kind of swipe them with it, like with the blood, and then that was supposed to promote like fertility, right? To help promote fertility. And also, this is where it gets weird as well, women would also be paired with a man to procreate with through a lottery.
What?
Yeah, through a lottery.
I don't understand. I'm so confused. So the priests are naked for no reason.
I don't understand the naked part.
And so are they just like running and like these are flying, so they're kind of like hitting women as they go by, or are they like...
It did precisely say, as a quote on the website, it did say lightly slapping. It didn't say like beating the hell out of them with it. You know what I mean?
Like,
just
they're
so
just
you're aware.
running by and it's like hitting them, but like...
Yeah.
Or are they like... I don't know. That's interesting. So they're naked for no reason. Okay. And then the lottery...
That's kind of weird,
what,
right?
Like, every boy's name is entered into one thing and a girl's is... Oh, gosh.
Imagine that. That'd be tough. That'd be real tough. Imagine if
what if you like are already in a relationship?
I don't think it mattered. At this time, it wasn't like that. I feel like, like people were pretty much just doing whatever, you know what I mean?
Well,
whatever and whoever, I guess, is more what I should have said.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Other than the soldiers.
So, yeah. So there's that whole situation. So that's a whole thing. But soldiers were allowed to procreate because they wanted to have more of their spawn
they
going.
They just couldn't marry.
I guess. Like I said, I could be wrong on that. I don't want people to sit here and say, "Oh, Connor's wrong." I could be 100% wrong on that. Just to be 100% honest with you.
It's the first time we're incorporating this new segment, so bear with us.
Yeah, but and then as time goes on, obviously that's a crazy part. Now we're getting more into the mid 19th century, 1900s and everything that was going on. The mid 19th century was the beginning of commercialized Valentine's Day traditions that we see today. Men would try to woo women with flowers, sweets, chocolates, all that kind of stuff. Woo women, sweep them off their feet, as some men would say. Richard Cadbury created the first heart-shaped chocolate box at that time as well.
The assorted chocolates?
Yeah, I think it was the assorted chocolate box, and then that became very commercialized. People really liked that.
Right.
And then we saw more of what we see today on the card sides of things. So there's Esther Howland in her early 20s popularized and is credited with creating the first assembly line that made more elaborate cards affordable for the common person. So it wasn't like more handwritten or anything like that. It was a whole assembly line of things. So actually making it more commercialized, making it more, I guess, faster pace of creating things so you can actually widespread that out. You know, they can get sent out throughout the United States and everything.
Wow.
And then in 1910, Hallmark would begin distributing Valentine's Day cards.
I wonder when Hallmark became a thing.
I would say 1900s probably, because you got to think she created the assembly line, and I feel like Hallmark would probably need that assembly line.
Oh yeah, probably
to create their cards. Yeah, let me look. I can look that up. Quick history. But no, I thought that was interesting.
That is really interesting. I wonder why some person was just like, oh, chocolate, let's associate this with Valentine's, and flowers, let's associate this. I wonder why, you know?
Yeah. 1910. So that's when Hallmark was created.
Really?
Yep. Hallmark was created by Joyce Clyde Hall, an 18-year-old from Nebraska. Hall started the company in Kansas City, Missouri, with 2 shoeboxes of postcards.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. He sold postcards to neighbors and clerked in his older brother's bookstore. He opened a specialty store with his brother Raleigh. The company was originally called Hall Brothers. A fire destroyed their office and inventory in 1915. They started producing their own greeting cards in 1915. They introduced the brand name Hallmark in 1928. They became the first greeting card company advertised nationally in 1928.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy to think cards. How much... I'm going to ask you, I'm going to Google this. How much do you think Hallmark is worth?
How much is Hallmark worth? Oh, I'm going to guess 20 billion.
A little high, but I can understand your thought process on that. In 2023, Hallmark had a revenue of $3.5 billion. Hallmark is a private company that sells greetings, blah, 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 and it sells in over 100 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could not imagine that all based off cards.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It seems like such a simple thing, right? But it was created so long ago that the simplicity was there, but it was common.
Well, yeah, back then letters were a lot more common.
That's what I'm saying.
So that makes sense. I understand.
But yeah, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not sitting here looking forward to Valentine's Day every year. It's a very commercialized holiday.
Yeah.
I love you every year, you know what I mean? But I do enjoy going to dinner with you and taking a day to, celebrate just a holiday. But I'm like, oh my God, like Christmas is my holiday where I get hyped up. I'm like, fuck yeah, Christmas is coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like Valentine's Day is just more of a elaborate date night.
I agree. And
we do date nights other nights, and
it's
just this is it's a holiday, so let's make it fancy.
Yeah, and I still enjoy doing that stuff with you. It gives us a chance. We don't go out on fancy dinners all the time. That's not us. But still enjoy. We're going to have a nice dinner tonight and everything, exactly. And thankfully it's not on Valentine's Day night, so we actually got a reservation and can go somewhere nice and not be bombarded.
Crowded. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So... obviously, as we're talking about the Valentine's Day, we have to keep our top 3 in that vein.
Of course, yes.
So I was thinking we move to the top 3. So our top 3 this week is, I don't know if you guys remember being kids and everything, and we created, or you would be in your classrooms, right?
In elementary school.
Yeah, and Valentine's Day would come up, and you would have your classroom. Everybody would bring candies and chocolates, and
you create your shoebox.
Yeah.
Holder, I guess.
Yeah, a shoebox, or we did bags, or we would make get the burlap sacks out, and we'd write our names and stuff on it. And all your classroom friends and counterparts and everything will go around and drop candies and everything. So our top 3 this week is top 3 Valentine's Day candies, and I think we're gonna have Shannon go first today.
Okay, me go first. So I did try to think more Valentine's geared rather than just everyday type of chocolates and stuff that you would get. So for my number 3, I put Nerds.
Okay.
Which I know I get the Nerd gummies a lot on their own, but I feel like when Valentine's came around, Nerds came out a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So number 3 is Nerds. For number 2, which honestly, for every holiday, this is one of my favorite things, is the heart-shaped Reese's.
I knew you were going to say that, yeah.
So whether it's the heart-shaped, the Christmas tree, I don't know what, the pumpkin, they're all amazing. I don't know what Reese's does different those days.
They're more fresh.
And my number 1 is Hershey Kisses. Just because it's a kiss, you know? I did have an honorable mention of Fun Dip.
Fun Dip.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Those are always good.
So
I think that was a solid list. And me and you only have one similar out of, actually some. So I did put my top 3 my top 3 Valentine's Day candies are number 3, Fun Dips. I do like Fun Dips. Those always came around, and you could always write people's names on them. So I feel like those were like an easy candy that people would give out during those times.
Those actually were like the perfect ones because you could do the to and from on the packaging. Yeah,
exactly. And then my number 2, this is the ones that, you guys see them at Walgreens, you guys see them at Walmart, you guys see them at Publix, wherever you guys are getting them at. The Whitman's or Russell Stover's assorted chocolate boxes. The heart-shaped boxes, because they even used to make the small ones. Remember where it would come with 4? It would
you're right. I didn't think about the small ones.
It would come with like the 4 different chocolates in there, just 4 pieces. Or obviously you can get the bigger boxes that have the really assorted ones. If there was really a girl you were crushing on, you
pull her aside.
You pull her aside, be like, "Hey, I got you this." Maybe I get a kiss on the cheek, something like that. And then my number 1, of course, Shannon said it. Hershey Kisses. Hershey Kisses are always, that's like the number 1 Valentine's Day thing. Everybody comes in, throws a handful in your box, your bag, whatever it is, and it's just one of those little cutesy things.
It's a staple, I think, just because of the name Kisses.
I think that's the only time I've ever really had Hershey Kisses. You know what I mean? Is that time of year.
By themselves, for sure.
So those are our top 3.
Top 3.
Now, I do have one for you that is my number 1 worst Valentine's Day candies. Those little chalky fucking hearts.
Oh my gosh,
those things are trash. I don't know who the fuck eats those things and why.
I agree.
I don't know why people still buy them. They're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. I don't care what anybody says.
They're so cute with the little messages and everything, but I agree it's just so chalky and they don't really have much flavor.
No, they're not good. They're not good. They taste like medicine is what I would compare them to.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry for that company, whoever makes those, if
but
you guys ever
that's probably like the number 1 candy sold.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't understand because they can sell 1 million of them in that bag and like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably make them for like 20 cents and sell them for $10 and like, we make our money off of this.
It's like, no thanks.
But yeah, so that's our top 3 there. But
and I have a little bit of Valentine's trivia.
Okay.
If you want to do some of that.
Did my history mess up your trivia at all?
No, not really.
Okay.
I had one of the questions was who is Valentine's Day mascot, but obviously Cupid.
Yes, I understand.
So other than that one, let's see. The first one I'll do is how many people typically buy Valentines for their pets?
Oh, God.
In America.
So this is just America.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just that how many people.
Okay.
So, everyone loves their pets around the world.
I'm going to say 1 billion.
Very low. Or no, sorry.
Very high?
Very high.
Okay. 200 million.
Still very high.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 9 million.
That's it?
That's
I feel
it.
I guess really the United States.
It's a pet, though. I know people love their pets.
I think it's only us in Canada that love their pets. Other parts of the world, they don't care. Like, if there's dogs running the streets and shit.
And I mean, I consider buying copper gifts for these things, but it's kind of like,
That's the most spoiled fucking cat.
He's so spoiled.
He literally has 4 cat trees and like other shit. He's fine.
And like, we don't really exchange anything on Valentine's Day, so why would But yes, 9 million people buy Valentines for their pets.
We do usually. Usually I'll get you flowers or something like that.
Yeah,
just depends on the year or work schedule nowadays. But either way.
Okay, number 2. On average, how many proposals are there on Valentine's Day? On average.
Oof.
It's a lot less than the pets.
Yeah. 30,000.
More than that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like crazy high?
Not crazy. So it's 220,000.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's an average.
The day of love and, you know.
And that's every year. So
yeah, people think they're being cutesy by putting the drink in the
or
champagne.
the ring in the champagne, or like in the cupcake or something.
Yeah, and the girl eats it and she's like, "Oh no."
And I just watched this proposal. These people were going on one of those like bungee swings. The guy proposes like before they're being dropped and goes to put the ring on her finger.
But they're hanging over the edge already.
Yeah, they're already hanging over the edge. And he's like, before we drop, and goes to put it on her finger, drops the ring.
Yep.
I don't understand. I know we did it on a mountain, but it was like flat ground. I don't understand these people who do these crazy situations like over the ocean on a bungalow. Or if there's a chance for you to lose that ring, I don't know. I don't know if I'd take the risk.
My favorite one of those videos is the dude who's on the boat and he asks his boy to toss him the ring, and he like 100% throws it over his fucking head and it goes in the water. I'm like,
so why would you toss it? You're already on a stable boat. Yep. Just have it.
Yeah, no. Me and Shannon were on very stable ground. We were. She didn't even know I was proposing for the first second there.
I was looking around. First,
What's your next one?
Okay, final trivia question. What massively popular website debuted on Valentine's Day in 2005? It's a huge website.
Adam and Eve.
What are you talking? No. The answer is not really Valentine's Day related. It's just the fact that it was launched on Valentine's Day. It's YouTube.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually had
in 2005.
I didn't know it was released on Valentine's Day.
I didn't know it was released on Valentine's Day either, but I thought, we go on YouTube. Why not include it as part of the trivia here?
It was about to be bad. I thought it was going to be like a porn website or some shit. That's why I was laughing.
Guys, no. Why would you think such a thing?
I don't know.
I'm not like that. But yes, it's YouTube. Anyway, those are my Valentine's trivia for this episode.
That was a good one. I like that.
Thank you.
YouTube. I actually did not know that. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, YouTube.
A couple days passed, but
belated. Happy belated.
There we go.
I like it. I think we've had a fun episode. We learned a lot today.
I agree.
And we always got to end it with our would you rather questions.
We always have to. I don't know. I have a lot.
I have a good one.
Go ahead.
So my would you rather question, it's not Valentine's Day related or anything today. Mine would be, would you rather give up TV, social media, or movies forever?
Movies.
Really?
Oh, man.
You like movies.
I do like movies.
I was actually surprised you just said that. I was like, you're a big movie buff.
Well, you got to think. TV, well, you mean like we can still watch TV shows on our apps because we don't have cable, right? Or do you mean cable TV?
I would say like movies are just by themselves, and then TV shows I would say is TV because like the streaming apps are our TV now. That's where like you know what I mean.
And I feel like TV shows are a lot more things that we get into rather than movies, and they last longer than movies because you know, even if you binge watch, it could take a couple days.
You can watch a series of
rather than a movie that's over in 2 hours or so, an average length movie. And then social media, I scroll every day.
Yeah,
like I'm at lunch at work. Got to look at social media because I don't have a TV there and can't watch a movie in 30 minutes or an hour,
And plus we watch TV shows, or not TV shows, but we have like creators that we like to watch. Like you like that what's that radio show you like to watch clips about?
Brook and Jubal in the morning.
Yeah,
But now it's like Jubal, the Jubal show or something. I don't know.
Shout out Jubal. You should give
Jubal, I love your guys' videos and shows.
Let's collaborate.
Yes.
They're in Australia, aren't they?
I have no idea.
I think they're Australian, aren't they?
I don't think so.
They have accents.
No, they don't.
I swear Brick and Jubal.
They do not have accents.
I swear Jubal has an accent.
No. Jubal is this huge... No.
What's the name of the show?
Brook and Jubal.
Brick
in the morning.
And...
But it's just Jubal. Hold on. Let me go to Facebook really quick.
Oh, no, I was wrong. It's in Seattle, Washington.
May I speak to Danielle, please?
That is not an
You're
accent.
right. You're right. For some reason, I don't know why I thought he had an accent. My bad, Jubal. I thought you were Australian. Either way.
Jubal, I am a huge fan. So let's collab.
Let's collab. I'll say I'll clip this and tag him in it and be like, "What's up, Jubal?"
Yeah. So, if I didn't have social media, I couldn't watch those videos anymore. So that's the only reason I'm choosing movies, even though I literally was watching movies yesterday while you were golfing. I think that's just like the smallest thing in my life compared to the other two.
I would say the same. Like, I'm not a big movie guy, and nowadays I feel like everything is just like a remake of an old movie that was like true. Successful, and it's like different characters and all this stuff. I'm just like, it's just too much for me nowadays.
100%. Or like most of the movies coming out now are like from animation being live action, something like that.
I don't feel like there's been a movie that's come out recently that I've actually wanted to go see. And I would say it's probably been a solid 5-6 years since I've been to the movie theater.
It has been a long time.
Like, I just don't.
Yeah. I think for me, it's been a little more recent just because when Jay came to visit, we went to watch a movie. But
and I'm not hating on movies. It's just like, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
I also lose interest very quickly in things. Like, Shannon will try to show me a video that's like 3 minutes long. I'm like, I'm already done with this.
I get interested into my like videos.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just me and you are a little bit different.
So those are, of those 3 things.
I like it. And what is your would you rather question, my dear?
Okay, so for mine, it's something you're going to think about, I guess.
Got to think it over. Okay.
Would you rather be punished for a crime you didn't commit?
Okay.
Or someone else get credit for one of your major accomplishments?
Read that to me one more time.
Would you rather be punished
for a crime I didn't
commit, or have someone else get credit for one of your major accomplishments? Like something where you'd be getting like a
raise or award or something like that. I mean, both would suck, but also if it's a crime and it's a punishment, that's the thing. It makes me think jail.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that personally. So this is where my thought process goes. I think of like jail time and all that kind of stuff. And if I didn't do it, I would personally prefer to keep my freedom and just be pissed off that someone got something over me. I'd be like, it is what it is. I would
100%.
I would still go talk to people like I did that, but I like, what I mean, I just like, it is what it is. But yeah, I think I would go that route personally.
I think I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Just, it sounds like, a crime. Whenever it comes to that, it just sounds like jail time. And I'm like, I don't want to do any of that.
Yeah, you're not free. You can't just do whatever you want at that point. Even if, like, you're not getting that award or recognition for your accomplishment, you at least know yourself, I did that. Yeah. And you're still, you go about your life.
You're still free and freedom and everything like that. Yeah. I think that's the route I would go. Just thinking about it, I'm like, I don't want to, especially for something I didn't do, I would be pissed. I think I would be like generally like salty for the rest of my life. Yeah,
I think that one would be a lot worse.
I'd be big salty about everything.
It's like, just imagine like you spend that whole time knowing you didn't do it, trying to fight it, and it's just
a losing battle.
Yeah,
you're just fucked no matter what. That was a good one. I like that. That was a good question to think about. No, it was fun. And let us know what you guys would do in these situations. If you guys have different thought processes on it, let us know why, what you guys think, all that kind of stuff. We'd like to hear about it. Because we throw these would you rather questions out there. Sometimes mine's a little bit on the weirder side, and sometimes Shannon's usually more on the bright and happy side of things, which nothing wrong with at all.
Yeah, I try to keep things light and happy and, both good options. And
I like giving bad.
Apparently, they're not hard enough questions because that requires being unhappy.
That's not true. I like thought provoking because like both that are rough because you have to think about it. You're like, which would I rather deal with? I guess
like the one that I think is the biggest one that stuck out is the no elbows or
that was one.
Everybody,
people did ask us about that a couple times. People thought that shit was funny,
and that one's not like bad per se.
The question was, would you rather have knees that can't bend, like so your legs are always just like straight out? If you're watching the YouTube channel, you can see me with my legs just straight out always, or no bend in your elbows, so your arms are always just straight out, so you're just like always just doing this.
You still have them, you just can't bend them.
Yeah, you can't bend them. So if you're driving,
you gotta be way back.
Yeah, like with me, I got long ass arms, so
you can still move your hands and stuff.
You can, but what I'm saying is like depending on like your car, like the steering wheel side of things. Like
Yeah.
with me, I'm so tall and my car is not very big, so my
You
hands
have problems.
Yeah, like because I drive like usually one-handed really, but like usually I'm chilling like this.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if my hands would be too far out where I couldn't, so I'd have to drive with like my wrists basically.
Yeah.
And then think about like how you turn your wheel. Look at my elbow. My elbow's bent. So
Yeah.
that would be tough.
Yeah. I don't know.
You would
I
have
didn't
to.
think about driving.
You'd
but-
have to just do this the
Yeah.
whole time.
But
Or
also, your legs would be. You can't drive a car if your legs didn't bend.
well, that's what I'm saying. Or like if you're trying to walk upstairs, you'd have to like somewhat bunny hop, which I don't know how you do that because you can't bend your knees. You can't bend your knees.
I don't know. We gotta go try and take some videos with bending knees and elbows.
I need to
put it up as like a behind the scenes.
I don't even remember what I said. I think we both said I think you said legs. I think I said arms.
I probably said legs.
Me and you had different like.
Because I was thinking of like eating and stuff. Like
yeah, that's true.
You know.
Eating would suck. Yeah, it would be a tough one. Let us know what you guys think. That was a throwback. Yeah. That's a throwback question. Like we had multiple people talk to us about that. They were like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?"
I think that was the most popular one.
There's been a couple moments in this show.
There's been some really good ones.
That one, the water with me
my God.
That's still something that people come up and talk to me about. It's like the whole water thing. How I don't think water tastes different.
If we
bottled
have any
water,
new listeners, Connor thinks all water tastes the same.
Bottled water.
Not just bottled water from the bottle, sink, fridge.
Yeah.
He thinks it all tastes the same.
It does.
No.
In my opinion. But that's my opinion. You guys are just fucking.
And that's why everyone still talks to him about it, is because no one agrees with him.
Because the water bottle companies got to you guys and you believe some stupid ass marketing that they fucking post out.
No, it's just a taste. It's mostly when I go to restaurants.
This has a certain pH. It's going to align your pH in your body and blah 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 blah. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, at least people agree with me.
Some people agree with me.
I don't.
I've run this poll through some guys at my work, and some people agree with me.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because you work with a bunch of manly men. Is that why?
That's right. Men who've seen shit. Not these little soft hand motherfuckers behind the keyboards.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some hate for that one.
Yep, you will.
I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not. But anyway.
All water does not taste the same.
Anyways.
It
was a good show today.
It was a great Valentine's weekend.
If you guys like more of these history videos, let us know. We can do some deeper dives. Like I can sit here and actually get like pages and pages of notes and
do research and
do a little bit we did research, but do a little bit more of a deeper dive. If this is a style of podcasting you guys like from us, we enjoy it. I learned some stuff today and I like
a new type of thing.
I like learning some history, you know what I mean? Add some stuff. We always try to add other things to our episodes whenever it's just me and you hanging out.
Yeah, and we could always do, if there's different versions, you do one version, I do the other version
true.
Type of thing.
That's true. Or if you guys want to check us like murder mystery, all that kind of stuff. We used to love those kinds of shows, so we'd be into it. So comment down below what you guys think we should add onto our episodes. But every single week, y'all, thank you guys for checking us out. We're always happy to have new listeners.
Yes.
People are even our loyal listeners. We appreciate it. I'm going to start calling you guys the Who's.
The Who's.
The Who's. Shout out to the Who's.
Sounds like Whoville.
That's right. Shout out to the Who's, the guys who listen, guys and gals that listen to the podcast. Shout out to you guys. But make sure you guys give us a like, a follow, a subscribe on all of our social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod on everything from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, really all of the social medias nowadays. Just not TikTok, unfortunately, anymore.
You can still follow the page. We just won't.
Hopefully, maybe laws
maybe
laws change and I get TikTok back.
Maybe.
But also give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's going to be Who Are You podcast. You guys will be able to find all of our video content on there. And then my last thing, as I say every week, if you guys feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, you're an artist, an entrepreneur, a musician, and you feel like you'd have something to say and you want to come sit down and talk with us, give us an email or shoot us an email. It's going to be whoareyoupod@yahoo.com, and maybe we'll have you guys on a future episode. But we hope everybody had a fun, happy, and safe Valentine's Day. We hope you guys are getting ready for summertime wherever you guys are at. And as
unfortunately, Ohio is still in winter. They are still snowing up there.
That's right. Yeah, and you can keep that shit up there as well. No snow here in Florida. We're done with that. It already happened.
We're getting ready for summertime.
That's right. We're getting warm over here. But thank you guys for checking us out every single week, y'all. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.